you're always going to be the one that gets it. You're always going to get the overblown story every time.
Every time. And like I said, I was a new guy. I wasn't there. But 3 months, 4 months before this happens. Like, at the end of the day, if it happened in Miami, DC, New York, LA, you never hear about this.
Nobody gonna say anything.
Nobody cares about a floating bachelor party. Like, that's the whole thing about it is normal people do it all the time and nobody says anything, but because it's young athlete millionaires.
It was you. Because it was you. Just keep it real. It's because it was you. They taxed you though.
They took about 4 game checks, as I remember. Yes, sir. They taxed me pretty good.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
All right, I'm back. It's Up On Game presents Conversations with a Legend. And this one is a legend for more than just being on the field. This dude is a legend. He had a Thanksgiving party that was legendary, and it was, it was something that rhymes with locks, landing, Thanksgiving.
Bonding. It was team bonding.
It was team bonding.
Yeah.
All right. This next guest is someone special to me. Obviously came in during my time in Washington, was my teammate, was a dope teammate, ended up leaving Washington to go to Minnesota, but ended up coming back. Fred Smoot, let's talk about when you were in Washington and when you played. You talk about the corner, so it's a great segue. You came in, there's no way you should have slid to us in the second round, but you know, as fate would have it, you did. And you came in the year after Dion left. You housed his stuff out of his cubby, out of his locker.
Took his locker and everything. I took everything.
He didn't need it. You took the locker, took the shoes, took the gloves, took everything Prime had.
Yeah.
And Champ Bailey and Daryl Green were still there. And you came in and you fit right in. Yeah. So you and that litter class, that draft class, you and Rod come in, and Rod Gardner from Clemson. Yeah. And you were a guy. Yeah. You were a guy. Talk about what that first experience coming into the league, you know, what was that like for you?
Well, first of all, like you said, I slid in the draft, and you know, anytime you slide in the draft, you always looking at the person that's drafted before you, like, no, he ain't better, he ain't better.
On my kill list.
But you know what? I was like, that was the first blessing that happened to me. That, you know, it came different. Like, I was supposed to be here. Like, no matter how it happened, take me first and take Rod second, it don't matter. At the end of the day, I was supposed to be here. But then when I got here with Marty Schottenheimer, you know, Marty was a coach that drafted me. When I got here, I asked Marty, like, why would you draft me? Why? You got Deion Sanders, you got Darryl Green, arguably the number 1, 2, or 3 cornerbacks ever to play the game. You got Champ Bailey, a future Hall of Fame. And what? Why are you wasting a draft pick on me? He's like, no, I see something special in you, and I'm starting the youngsters. Then when I walked in my first meeting room, and Deion was still there because he didn't retire till like 3 weeks into the offseason. He didn't retire. I was just blown away by it. I was like, you know what? This greatness, I want to be a part of greatness. If I can just fit in, I don't need to start. If I can fit in with this group, I can prove everything to myself. And that was humbling. Like, it was so humbling to me because I'm like, man, these guys, I've been watching them so long. I've been watching their skill set. I've been I've been with Champ in the SEC. So I got a brotherhood there. It taught me a lot, and that allowed me to start quickly. That allowed me to say, you know what? I can play with these guys. If I can play with my locker room, I can play with anybody in the NFL. I felt that.
There was a lot of talent in that locker room. They put you in Park Place boardwalk, you know, with your locker. Like you was in the high society. Rod was a high draft pick, but he wasn't in the high society part of the locker room. You was where we was at. You was where the big mansions and the big rides and the whips were. What was that like? Because I mean, you were you didn't come in and be anyone other than who you were
Yeah.
when you got there. You were the same dude from day one the whole way through.
Well, I told people at the end of the day, I have pretty much played. I've had the privilege to play with probably some of the top 10% of the NFL. You got to realize Bruce Smith, the all-time sack master, is sitting in 2 lockers away from me. I got you to the left. I mean, like it's guys everywhere. Like I told people, my teams in Washington, if we could only
Chris right next to you.
Yeah, like if
Chris Samuels.
I got Darryl Green right there. Like it's everybody
right
there
next
to
you.
If we only had a quarterback,
and a kicker,
yeah, maybe in the kicker, we got a chance to play with anybody. Because you know what, we was never out of games. And then just being around with that football royalty, like you gotta realize Sam Shade, Mark Carrier, all these guys was here my rookie year. That changed my outlook of the NFL. Like I said, if I came in like out of college, very arrogant. I was humble the first 48 hours at Redskin Park. I was humble.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe that, but I got you. You was ready.
No, I was ready to
Fred Smoot was ready.
I was ready to play football, but I think the realization of that 1%, like when you play in the NFL, you part of that 1%. Now, where are you at in that 1%? Are you at the bottom of that 1%, in the middle of that 1%, and at the top of that 1%? Well, I was just ready to, prove my worth, and that's what it was.
All right. All right. For those out there that don't know what P-Valley is, just look it up online. Look it up. But it's a great segue. Yeah. I mean, P-Valley, Viking boat. Viking boat, P-Valley. I mean, you was representing the SIP in Minnesota. I mean,
but you know what, LaVar, let's be honest. You're a history guy. You love history. I know this about you.
Sure. I'm a fan. All right,
check this out. Vikings been doing this since the early 1700s. Like everything we did on there, they've been doing since the early 1700s. I just got too much into character. You know what I'm saying? Fred the Red. I got too much into character. And you know me, I'd like to take my position seriously. They ask me and I give it.
Did you really have
No.
Did you really have a double purple?
No, listen. This is what happened.
Did you really have a double purple?
No, I was walking.
Can we get the exclusive? Can you give me the exclusive here? What really happened? Like, and this is open forum, so you ain't got to hold nothing back. This is open forum.
All right,
give me the exclusive of the boat ride.
I was literally just walking past. I know what you're bringing up, that weapon of mass destruction. I was walking past, right?
Yeah.
And somebody said, Fred, could you hand me that weapon of mass destruction?
Can you hand me the weapon?
And I said, who am I to deny you? All right? Who am I? I'm no one. All right?
Take it. The weapon.
Yes. It's like the Lord of the Rings. Once you hand that ring over, hey, you do what you do. I let it happen, LaVar. I wasn't. And then what I didn't notice, I understand, I was the new guy. You know, in Washington, how we haze guys, and you got to take us to the steakhouse and then take us to the club. Ain't really nothing else to it.
Right.
Well, when I got there as a veteran, they was like, no, we take up money starting with the first rounders and we throw a party. I'm like, all right, that's fine. We end up having 2 first rounders, Troy Williamson and Erasmus James. All right. When we took up that party, it was like 80,000+ to throw this one party. They like, yeah, we fly everybody in and all that. And I was like, this is unbelievable.
Brian McKinney ain't that is a horrible combination. Fred Smoot and Brian McKinney. Like that is a horrible recipe for mass destruction weapons all over a place.
Listen, party animals. Like, I thought we partied in DC, but when I made it to Minnesota, they had a whole nother level. Like, nobody ever brings up the Twin Cities when it comes to places to visit, places that's fun. I'm here to tell you, the home of 10,000 lakes, please take a visit there. It's a fun place to visit.
How many lakes did y'all hit out of the 10,000 that day?
I think I went 9,117. Yes, I think I did.
Was there anything else that happened on the boat? Can you clear up anything else before I put to bed the boat?
Let's be honest. It was over. It was blown up.
It was overrated.
It was blown out of proportion. It was overrated.
And that's what I want. That's what I want to know. Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
People blow stories up. They sensationalize the stories, and then it goes from there. Boom. And you, because of the personality you are, you're always going to be the one that gets it.
Yes.
You're always going to get the overblown story every time.
Every time. And like I said, I was a new guy. I wasn't there. But 3 months, 4 months before this happens. Like at the end of the day, if this happened in Miami, DC, New York, LA, you never hear about this.
Nobody gonna say anything.
Nobody cares about a floating bachelor party. Like that's the whole thing about it is normal people do it all the time and nobody says anything, but because it's young athlete millionaires.
It was you.
Yeah,
because it was you. Just keep it real. It's because it was you.
The mouth of the South. Sometimes you talk your way into stuff, and anytime it's some fun, exaggerated stuff, they gonna look at me. And guess what? I laughed it off then. I laugh it off now, and I never forget having a conversation with my agent, Buzz Cook. He could hear it in my voice that I was worried about it. He was like, son, don't worry about this. Y'all didn't break no laws. They're going to blow it up. They're going to make it exposure, but it's going to make you infamous. All right? Understand it. They'll never forget you. They will never forget you, so don't you worry about it. It's good on both sides.
They taxed you, though.
Yeah, listen, I got fined pretty good. They taxed me for disturbing the peace on the lake. So I paid $100.
The NFL hit you. Yeah. The NFL hit you. It wasn't even the law. It was the NFL. The league hit you.
Yeah, the league hit me, and the law only gave me a $100 fine. Yep.
The league went a little bit above $100.
Oh, yeah, they took my 4 game checks, as I remember. Yes, sir. They taxed me pretty good.
Was it worth it?
Yes. Put it like this. The boat party was the first day. Like, we had 3 days.
Who'd you learn that from? Who did you learn that from? Did you learn that from me? See, you ain't never partied with me, though.
Yeah, I did. I came over your house many times and partied with you. I partied with you many a times. I understand. Listen.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I got selective memory.
That's what a party is. If you remember a party, it wasn't fun.
That is very true. I am a very, very calm, subtle, young, older man now. You know, I got my grays. I like to rock my grays. You know what I mean? I like to show that
graying it up over there. I see you, the gray wolf.
Yeah, man. You know, you got to show that
maturity,
that growth. That you got to show that growth, brother. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm still over here looking baby face. I'm still over here.
Yeah, you always been a baby face.
Well, you know what? I got diagnosed. Sorry to tell everybody this. I got diagnosed with 3rd degree Benjamin Button's disease, and you know that's where I'm at.
What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? All right.
I'm in stage 4.
You're in stage 4?
Yeah.
You're in the final phase of the Benjamin Button disease?
I'm going back to be a baby.